Hey guys, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram for extra content you won't see here. Click the links in the description below. Hey, what's up guys? Evride94 back again, this time with another action figure review. Today we're going to look at the Mezco 112 Collective Batman Beyond San Diego Comic-Con 2018 exclusive, or Mezco exclusive. This is the one that was sold at the convention in San Diego, or it was sold online for that brief period before it sold out. So let's begin. This is based off the animated, of course, series of the Batman Beyond, so this is very cool. This was unexpected. I think they actually teased this figure a couple years ago, maybe a year ago, but we didn't know it was going to be an exclusive. We didn't know it was going to be, not a regular release, or however you want to say it. So, you know how that goes when it's a Mezco exclusive. They don't really release it normally. They could always release this figure again in a different color, but I don't even think that Batman Beyond was in any other color anyway, so this may be one of those that they don't make a different version of. But who knows, with Mezco they make tons of versions of figures that, you know, they could make something else. Who knows, maybe one with more accessories or whatnot. So here's the front of the box, very nice Batman Beyond logo. Then we got Batman Beyond down below once again, 112 Collective, pose, play, and display. We get the iconic Mezco exclusive sticker right there. On the side we get the Batman symbol with, again, Batman Beyond. The other side's the same thing. Going on to the back, we got a nice picture of the animated Batman Beyond. And that's it. So let's crack him out the box and see how he looks. Alright, and there we have him out of the box. And this is definitely very sleek looking, very nice. So here we have the Batman Beyond Mezco 112 figure, and I like it. So it looks good right out the package. We have a nice material. If you guys are new to Mezco, the Mezco 112 line, they use cloth material on their figures. They're 6-inch figures, but with cloth materials. My buddy Brian likes to call it the mini Hot Toys. So, you know, since Hot Toys always uses the cloth clothes fabric, you know, on the figures, and these are, you know, just as good, just smaller scale. So anyways, we get the Batman Beyond right here, and we do get some accessories, not a ton, not as much as other figures do, but we do get a decent amount here. So let's take a look at that real quick. Alright, first we get the alternate head. So this head is just the mouth that is different here. It's got the open mouth showing the teeth. If we take a look at the one on the figure, it's the closed mouth version. So there's only 2 heads on this guy, along with the 2 fists that are on the figure itself. We do get 2 open hands here. You can see all those Technic details inside. The fingertips are pretty sharp, so they're like claws. And then on the top of the hand, we get a glossy black paint. And lastly, we do get grabbing hands here for the Batarangs, which we'll take a look next. And here's the Batarang. We get a set of 3 of these, so that's always nice. And they are nicely done. Got the metallic red paint on the black plastic there. The sculpt's nice too. Overall, I like these, so that's nice to have 3. And last but not least, our last piece of accessory, we have 2 boosters for the bottom of the feet, since he does, I guess, fly in the show. I have not seen the show in so long, I can't remember him flying, but I guess he does fly. So little boosters similar to the repulsors that Iron Man has. And that was not the last piece. This is the last piece of accessory. This is actually packaged behind the figure in another separate clamshell. But we have the wings, of course, the wings of Batman. And the inside we have a red color. And then the black outline in the back is just completely black. We get some detail there, more digital type, technical type of detail. I don't know how to explain that one much. But, you know, it comes out of his backpack, so that's cool. And he does come with a backpack already attached to him, which is right here. So when you don't want the wings, then you don't have to have it on. You just have the backpack there ready to go whenever he needs to open up the wings there. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure up close so you can see the fabric material here and how they went about it. And this is nice. I like this little design they did here. I kind of want to say that this is the material that they use on nitrile gloves, you know, those gloves that you use for gardening or whatever. You know, sometimes they're on football gloves or whatnot. But they're not exactly sticky, but it's almost like a little rubber. It's nice, you know. I can't think of the name of the material right now, but if you guys know, just let me know down below. It's not a big deal. but it makes it look very nice on the figure. We got the fabric, which is black, and then we got the shininess, which is that rubbery type material there, and that goes for the legs, the arms behind, and the back too. So it gives it a good, nice detail design on the figure. And we got more of that glossy black paint on the forearm and the glove. These spikes here are very sharp, so you can actually cut yourself on that. And then down to the boots, we get some more shininess there, some more gloss. And then we just got a matte black for the face, of course, and they did sculpt that pretty nicely. Got the eyes painted good. And now, last but not least, we got the logo on the torso, which looks great. This is actually a separate piece that is molded on to the chest, and you can see how it's almost embossed or whatever right there. So that looks cool. I like that. They could have just sewed it on there or had this material in red, but they actually just had a separate piece of plastic there, so that makes it look better to me. I do like that. You can see here the belt is a separate piece. Good paint. Got the red dot there in the back, and that's it. So the articulation, the head swivels left and right. We can go up about this high, then he can go down about that low, and then we have the arms going forward. So of course we do have the fabric, so we can't always go 360 degrees on these. So forward about this far, and then back about that far right there. And I'm getting stabbed by those blades there. In and out on the arms, out this far, which is nice, and then in we can get it straight down somewhat. That's as far as it goes down. We do have a bicep swivel. Looks like we have a double jointed elbow that bends right here. A swivel at the wrist with a ball jointed hinge. Let's see what we have at the torso. Looks like we have a diaphragm joint. It's very, very stiff. And I don't want to go too much because of course the fabric. And then we definitely do have a waist swivel that will go as far as you want it to go. You know, you don't ever want to stretch it too much on the fabric. It goes back and it goes forward, and then we have the legs going forward this much, then back, in and out about this far. That's as far as I'm gonna allow it to go before I get scared. So it's not too far, you know, I don't want to snap it or anything like that. We do get thigh swivels. We do get a double jointed knee that bends very far, goes back. Then we have the ankles on a hinge, forward and back, and we get a slight ankle pivot. The thing with these Mezcos is that their ankle pivots are very, very limited. This one kind of goes a little bit more, but still they could be greater, especially since there's no fabric at the ankles. And I think their black Spider-Man actually had an issue with their ankles were breaking, so they could break, so you got to be careful with that. We do get a little bit of an ankle swivel too. Alright, so applying the wings, you have to take off the little backpack on his back, so it's a top piece. You slide it out. It actually took more force than that. Just go gentle with it, and then that's how it looks. And then you should be able to just peg the extracted wings on there just fine. And there you go. That snapped right in. And there we have it. Alright, so that's how he looks with his wings right there. So that looks cool. It's not articulated or anything like that. It's molded as so you can't have it in any other position if you wanted to. But that's fine by me. That looks great. There's a look at it from the back. Alright, and then real quick, I got him on a little flight stand. And this is not the flight stand that came with the figure. I actually didn't take that out the box. I actually leave those in the box since they take up so much room. But yes, he does come with a stand as always, a little Mezco bag, a base, everything that every figure comes with. Yeah, he comes with it too. Anyways, here he is. This is actually a Figuarts stand, and I got him kind of flying the best I could here. And I got him with the jet boosters attached and the wing attached, and I also changed his face out, and he's got the grinning face, the showing the teeth face right there to show more expression. And yeah, there you go. That's how he looks like when he is flying. And there I have him next to the Ascending Knight Batman. This is the PX exclusive blue version, blue and gray, and he does stand a little bit taller than the Beyond version. This is the only other Batman Mezco I have so far, so I can only compare it next to this Batman. And there he is next to the Mezco 112 Joker figure. This is the regular version, not the deluxe version, which I do have. I just haven't opened it yet. I know, what am I waiting for? But haven't opened it yet. I have it. But this is the pretty much the same Joker, just less accessories. Doesn't have the trench coat, doesn't have the hat. So it doesn't have all the deluxe stuff. But this is how Beyond Batman looks next to the Joker. Joker still stands a little taller than Batman here. And then this is my favorite DC Mezco so far that I own. Hence, okay? So this is the Deathstroke Mezco 112. Fantastic figure, and this is how he looks next to the Batman Beyond, also standing taller, so you can see Batman Beyond just isn't a tall person. And one last comparison, we'll get him next to a Marvel figure. This is the Punisher, the iconic Punisher figure that we all know and love, and some of us probably despise because of the price. But he also stands a little bit taller than Batman. SDCC 2018 exclusive Batman Beyond figure. This is gonna be a figure I think a lot of people, or a figure that people already slept on a little bit, and they're just realizing that it's a great figure and they should have gotten it. Now that it's sold out, it's a little too late, so the prices did go up just slightly. It's not as bad as the Punisher, so get them while you still can. Definitely get this figure while you still can. If you don't care for this look, then obviously you're gonna want to pass on it. You don't want to check out the over $100 that this guy's going for. So definitely you don't need it. But Batman fans, don't pass this guy up, especially the animated Batman fans, don't pass it up. It's a very solid looking figure. Could have came with more accessories, but it is what it is. It's still good. I'm gonna have to rewatch the show to see if he comes with more gadgets or whatnot. But with Mezco, who knows if they'll release another version or not. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Definitely recommend this figure. And leave a like down below. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, guys, have a great day. Bye.